How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. So I got box number 4 for the mystery tackle box 12 days of Fishmas. So I've already opened all of this. I've opened it all, but we're gonna go through. I'm gonna tell you what I think of all the baits. Here's like the list. This says over $40 in value. And so one of the things initially, I was like, you know, I bet the bulk of these lures and baits are gonna be MTB, Catchco, Shop Carl's. It's all gonna be under their conglomerate of like sister companies. You know, so like Guggen and 10,000 Fish and Carl's Amazing Baits, stuff like that. It's all gonna be the bulk of that. And honestly, I was right. I was like, probably 90% of it's gonna be that. So without further ado, let's get into it. So they started out strong with the first day, and for day 1, it was the Guggen Squad Clickbait. White chartreuse, half an ounce, and honestly, I've never used one of these and I've not had a lot of luck on bladed jigs, but we'll open it up real quick, give you some initial impressions here. I'm sure it's like a fine vibrating jig. By no means do I think it's probably reinventing the wheel with, you know, what Z-Man pioneered. Oh my gosh. Tell you what though, these hooks are super sharp. That has a hand-tied skirt. Giant is a nice detail. And then they do have my favorite style of hook hanger, where it's the collar and then it's the wire hook keeper. And then I do like how they print the sizes on there. So it says a half. That's like nothing like super uncommon right now. More and more companies are doing that. They're putting their sizes on the baits, and some companies are actually like, instead of just having it painted on or printed on like that, they're actually like impressing it on so it's a part of the like the lead, so it'll stay there. You know, eventually that'll chip off when it's going across rocks or whatever, but it seems like a well-built bait. I just don't know. There's ice on the water, so I can't like go out and test it, but I haven't really had too much luck with vibrating jigs. But that's a cool bait. Guggen under that Catchco brand. Not familiar with this company, so these were Spear Point Performance hooks. They are 3/0 EWG hooks, and that comes in a 2-pack. So I'm not familiar with them. They look like cool hooks. They kind of got a different style to them. Yeah, so they definitely got like a different kind of look to them. So I think this bend right here, I think that'd be like really good for like plastics that aren't super bulky. So I think that bend would be good for some baits. I think it'd be good for like a worm, but it wouldn't be good for, I really don't feel like it would be good for like creature baits or beaver style baits. I think something more compact like a worm. But I mean, that at that point I would rather go with like an offset worm hook rather than an EWG. But just my opinion, which, you know, may or may not matter. And then see another Carl's bait. This is the 10,000 Fish Saw Craw. And it just gave you like, it's like a little plastic bag and it has 3 in them. I don't think this is like, it's a pretty generic kind of crawbait in my opinion. They do have the flanges on them, like a Strike King, or like how Green has them. And then they do have a hook slot right on the front, which is nice. But yeah, this would make a good trailer. This would make good for a trailer or good for Texas rigging. They do have a smell to them, but also a good color. Can't go wrong with black and blue flake. I've never tried them, but I'm sure they're fine. And then we have Carl's Amazing Baits Shimmy Swimmer, and it comes, there's quite a few in this pack. But I have like really no idea. It's like, it's a lemon pepper color, it's chartreuse with black flake. And they look fine. This would go like good on a little jig head. Have a lot of action to them, just like going like that, but I don't know, just like really underwhelmed by this. I think something like more of a finessey, like small panfish bait. I think something a little more natural, like a heligrammite pattern or like a small craw pattern, or like a small fluke style. I think that would have been really good, but I'm sure these will be fine. But in the next day, they do give you these small panfish jig heads. I don't know what size these are, and just chartreuse and red. Then one of the next things in the box was this Kalen's Cast Stalker jig. It's black and blue, 3/8 ounce. Kind of a flipping jig here. Has like a nice weed guard on it. It's not super stiff. Pretty nice sharp hook for just a banded silicone skirt with that plastic, just the leaded collar keeper. And with the silicone, this is like not a super like thick silicone skirt like some other companies, but I think this would be a pretty good jig. It's kind of, the only Kalen stuff I've used are like rubs, and I like those. Grubs are pretty simple. This is pretty generic, but it'll like probably work, and it's something that's not from the Catchco brand, but I think these are like fairly inexpensive. And then, oh my gosh, so I have a couple things to say about this once we open it. So we have a Guggen Squad mini banger. So diving depth, it dives from 1 to 4 feet. This is a small square bill crankbait. It's 1/4 of an ounce. It's 2 inches in length. And then the color is Ghost Gill. And we'll get you guys close up here. And then like the other like Guggen bait stuff, they have their running depth printed on the belly, which after a while that'll just get rubbed off. Yeah, like that'll just get rubbed off by fish catches or running it around stuff. As far as the color, ghost scale. Like, alright, first, has a very hard knock to it, which I kind of like. It's something different. I think the profile of the bait is nice. These hooks look nice. They are not as sharp as the clickbait hooks. Oh, dude, those clickbait hooks were super sticky. I guess like I'm not a super big fan of that hook, that treble hook style though, where it's like the I don't know, I think rattle traps have those, but like not a super big fan of like these hooks. It has an oval split ring on the front here, which is whatever, some people think that makes difference. It's a translucent paint job, and I think with this paint job, with this ghost gill color, I personally think that they did a little too much for something that's supposed to be more clear water, more of a subtle color, like translucent colors are supposed to be, like a ghost gill should be. I think there's like a couple of things that they could have done differently. One being, I think like this chartreuse off the back is fine. Personally, if I was painting a bait, I would not have that for a translucent bait. There's this really nice, like very subtle blue up here. I think that would have looked better more on the gill plates of the bait rather than up here. Then I'm just like not a fan of the flake that is in like the clear coat of this bait. And again, it's nothing against like the Gookin Squad, it's nothing against Catchco or anything. I just think that I'm getting very like nitpicky like with this. Because yeah, it is probably like a pretty good bait. Is there air bubbles in this clear coat? It looks like there's like some inconsistencies in the clear coat. Dude, I have inconsistencies in my clear coat, so I'm sure production bait would have similar. And when you're holding it up to a light like this, you can really tell all the little things going on. With the translucent bait, you can't hide behind too much. Things have to be perfect. But this would be a great bluegill color without like some of the other stuff. Yeah, but I'm sure this is, dude, I flippin' love throwing square bill crankbaits. This will catch like a lot of fish. Regardless of the paint job, I'm just like getting very nitpicky about this. I'm getting like very like fine details. This is what I like, this is what I don't like. And then the next one we have, oh dude, this is my favorite one. I love when Catchco does collaborations with smaller independent companies. So like with Mike Bucca, they made a downsized, more accessible version of the bull shad and the bullgill. You know, just downsized it, plastic instead of resin and wood, and put it into production. I think that's really cool. And I don't personally have those, and like a baby bull shad or a baby bullgill, but I think those are really cool. And then they worked with Bubonic Baits and they did paint collaboration with him. And then the Chicago guys, JP Hay and Ryan Whitaker, they have the tightrope baby firework super jig. And oh my god, this is like my favorite bait out of the whole flipping box. Because I like when they work with small companies to collaborate on stuff like this. That weed guard, I like that. It's a downsized hook. It's pretty sharp. Again, has my favorite style of hook keeper, that wire. This is just a... They hand tie this? Oh heck yeah, this is a hand tied skirt. And this is, what I like is this is a beefier ball head. And I watched the video that Catchco did with these guys with tightrope jigs. And they wanted a more compact, they wanted a compact finesse jig, but with a bigger head so they don't get stuck in rocks while they're fishing. So this is like a super cool finesse jig. I really like the colors. It's really natural. It's just like a super nice jig, and I'm totally keeping this. All of the rest of this stuff I'm giving to my partner's nephew. He was a teenager. He's really gonna like all this stuff and help him build up his arsenal, and he can try new things and see what he likes and see what he doesn't like. I already have like a bunch of biases of what I like, what I think works, what I think doesn't work. You know, a lot of opinions on all of this, but I think this next bait would pair up really good with this as a trailer because it is so subtle, and that is the 10,000 fish Sakoshi bug. I feel like this is one of Catchco's like most popular Ned rig baits. Oh my gosh, and it's like, oh dude, maybe I'll keep these two. So it has like green pumpkin, red flake, and then a silverish blue silver flake bottom laminate. Is there better? I wonder if this laminate's just like wasn't very good in the production. Let me look at. Oh yeah, so like I just picked out one that had like out of the bag that like didn't have that great of a laminate. Oh, that's not kosher. Got a little bent. That's like a way better laminate, way better like, and this is like a really natural color. I think these will pair up nicely on a net head. I think typically people will put these on a net head. I'm gonna keep the Sakoshi bugs. I've never fished with them. A lot of like this Carl stuff I have not fished with. And it's all probably good stuff. It's all probably gonna catch fish. I just get very nitpicky with stuff. I know what I like, I know what I don't like. And I wanted this to be completely honest and unbiased. I don't have any connections with Catchco whatsoever. I'm a small fish in this big old world. I spent $25 on this from Walmart.com. Got it delivered to my house. There's some cool stickers I went with. I will include that in the video because I already put them on like stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This was like completely, you know, this completely unbiased like look at this 12 Days of Fishmas Advent calendar. Like, it was fun to do. It was fun to open all of these. Do I personally think it's worth $25? In my opinion, not really, because of all of the items. I really only liked 2 of them. And that's just a personal preference to things. I only really liked 2 of them, but I think that other people would like really overall enjoy the box as a whole. I think this would be better geared towards like a gift for a younger angler building their arsenal. It'd be a fun thing for them. You open up one each day. It's fun. It's like, I've gotten a mystery tackle box before, and it was fun. You open it up, you don't know what you're gonna get. And a lot of times it's stuff you wouldn't normally get, but it kind of forces you out of your comfort zone a little bit. So, and I'll actually be getting, in this coming year, 2023, I'll be getting more mystery style boxes from various companies and doing reviews on them, seeing kind of what's the best bang for your buck and like best, well, like my personal preferences would be. Anyway, I'm rambling. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed. We will see you for the next one.